What's up, guys? Samas Mattis here again. Wait for C7. I'm back again with another video. Guys, it's been 9 years of me playing Xenoverse 2, and I know I've been playing this game for a very long time, and ever since 2018, as I got, excuse me, and in 2018, I got this game as a Christmas gift along with my Garden Warfare 2 game. And to this day, I still play this game, and to this very day. And to celebrate 9 years of me playing this game, I will probably make a video about what's against things wrong with this Xenoverse 2 community. And that is the types of players in Xenoverse. Now, obviously, this is going to be the final part of the series because I only talk about a few things going on with the community and everything, but I usually want to make more videos about this. So I want about to go ahead and talk about the types of players for this final setup for the series. Now, anyways, is if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to get to subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, formerly known as X. As always, please enjoy the video. Now, to start against to number one for number one are tryhards. Now, if you don't know what a tryhard player is, it's somehow a player who only use tryhard moves to just to win matches. Now, I keep finding these players a lot. And there's some examples. There's tryhard Earthlings, tryhard Namekians, and tryhard female Majins. Now, obviously, I could add like a tryhard female Earthlings and Siemens players, but those are the times that players can actually pick those players just to become tryhards on. But I could not only have to say the one of those players are there. Now, all these players use the exact same skills like Key Blast Cannon, Saturday Crush, Time Skip, Jump Spike, and many other stuff and I can't explain in this video. And like I tell you, those players are annoying. And what when I say annoying, they're pretty much annoying to fight. Especially with the people who use their mirror earthings for hard moves, like the square triangle combo. It is one of the most worst combo techniques ever. And I'm not also saying that some characters can also do it, but for this example, if I do this with my fast seeming player, for my fast seeming character, that is just simply just going into the tryhard zone because I don't do that. So, anyways, that is only number one of the players I ended up players fighting. Number two are timid players. Now, timid players are basically players who runs away from you and basically just do random attacks. Now, obviously, timid players are my least players to fight against here because when I try to attack them, they always like run away from me from a distance before doing one attack because simply that's what the Super Itachi does and other players that plays just like him. Now, like I said before, timid players are not the least players to worry about because they can be defeated if they could try all characters because they can be probably easy to fight. But you know what? Even hard to fight because I'm talking about number three, sweat players. Now, a sweat is one of the other players I counter. A sweat is a player that's very sweaty and basically always try their best to win. Now, those are the players that are pretty much challenging the board. Even though a sweat player is basically one of those most challenging players to fight against because there's not much special about talking about them. But like I said, there's not much else of what these players do. But the one thing I really thing and the about how we talk about this is gotta be one of the most basically obvious players I hate. I'm talking about number four, double teamers. Now, double teaming has been pretty controversially hated because double teamers in Xenoverse 2 are the worst players to fight. They're completely worse because why? When a player's when you are fighting against a player, or that's basically easy to beat, and then suddenly their teammates jumps on you, try to defend you. Now that's simply just what players do, and what players do so they can really win matches. That's not even a way how they can win matches though. It's nothing more than an exploit and a shitty thing to do. And basically, that's the reason I don't double team players when I join two versus two matches. And basically, because that is just simply just the real reason why I don't fight players like that. Because double teaming is wrong. If you think that double teaming wrong, and next and number five is triple teamers. Just like double teamers, triple teamers are way worse than the double teamers that I just explained. The double teamers are based A32 people who double team, but triple teamers are people that attack actually critically with main skills at first. Those are the players I keep encountering, and I don't encounter some players right there, and basically because I have fight against those players all the time. There's also one time I end up encountering two, three players that double team me because they'll easily do it, but until I got triple teamed by these players, and I ended up leaving that match because they were not all the three of them are not worth fighting. So yeah, and now to this day, it's a rare chance of people triple teaming you, but that's obviously if you fight against these players, fight them one by one. But 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 this next type of players are just simply just gotta be one of the worst players in existence because it involves some basically the thing. And it starts with a delicious food that you eat. I'm talking about number six, cheesers. Now, cheesers are basically what I hate the most. It's because it's people who use skills that are cheese. And not just that, like I can't even mention one of them. Like there is consecutive key blasts, handy cannon, and many other skills that it looks like cheese. And basically, fight against cheeser are very challenging. And like I said, I do fight against cheeser who use cheese to win, but I really hope that they're not a big of a deal that to fight against these players because this player right here. But spammers are for number seven. Spammers, on the other hand, are just like cheesers, but they spam the skill a lot. For number one, there are some players that spam handy cannon until the opponent is dead, and and that's the only thing I say. Spammers are bad, and they should be probably not be anything at first. And next up, number eight is, and I'm going to say this, modders. And no, I'm not talking about the modders that mod the game like revamp. I'm talking about people who use modded saves just to win. Now, modders are the worst players I actually fight against. Now, obviously, I keep facing a lot of modders since those mods, because there's used to be there used to have skills that are not accessible with characters like the gigantic key blast or any type of skill like that before they got all patched out in the update, and it's simply persuasive that Surging Spirit it needs to be a separate skill, but it's only a separate skill. Oh, when you press the guard button and the triangle button, they have the animation for it. But I really wish that at Darkness Mixer and Surgery Bear will be their own separate skill attacks because they're obviously got to be the one things I probably like the most. But for the other reasons, these martyrs, there are multiple types of martyrs. There are speed hackers, giant Namekian and martyrs, and one-shot martyrs. And I'm talking about people who use characters to one-shot people. Oh, the hackers, on the other hand, I was originally put them on number 9, but I will probably have to put them in the modded on the modders category because there are probably could be other players or more because there are only got two more left to go, and basically that's where we are here. Speed hackers are just modders who basically use speed. eat hacks just to win matches, while giant Namekian players use their giant ass Namekian, and let me tell you, their hitboxes is impossible to find. No matter how many times you try, their hitboxes is extremely large. Now the only ways to basically to use I guess to find their weaknesses is by users become giant or use was attached to Kamehameha to do extra damage. Now, obviously, that's what players do when they fight against giant Namekians because, like I said, it brings become giant to a bad name, and it just simply doesn't make sense. But anyway, but the worst thing I have to fight against are the one-shot modders. To keep it short, they're modders that can one-shot you without basically a match. It can end a match in seconds. Now, it's very rare to fight against these players, but there's something else special because they should probably keep short. But number 9 is what the players I keep fighting the most, and they're probably either one of the weird things I talk about. I'm talking about number 9, trash talkers. Yes, trash talkers. Now, trash talkers are basically a thing. And back that, I'm not talking about trash talkers and salty players. Yeah, I put them in a both separate list. Both in one list. It's because number one, un, trash talkers are people who trash talk on the messages or in mic because if they get their ass kicked or win against you, they will say some major trash talk thing that's generic, like GFG or learn how to get better. No, wait, get freaking good, or get stay in depth, or don't KYS. If you know what that means, then you know what I mean. And or they could say, learn how to fight query. Those are type of what players say when they trash talk. And salty player, on the other hand, is a player that brags about anything that they about win. Their wins, their matches, and everything. And those two type of players are way to encounter because what they are trash talking to salty people do when they are on mic, they talk about random things that people do not get to understand. What they're talking about. What they're talking about is something that's basically going to happen. And also, how the hell do they keep talking randomly yapping something about nothing? Right? But anyways, is well, the other things I always talk about things about it, but the one multiple players that I keep finding the most, and they always have to become one of the things I hate the most are, and you probably gonna have to agree with me, because the number 10 is get ready, 3-bar margins. Yes, for number 10, 3-bar margins are the worst players to encounter. In my opinion, 3-bar margins brings female margins a bad name and basically makes why people hate female margins now because of those stupid mechanics. Like I said, I don't use 3-bar margins, in my opinion, because 3-bar margins are just simply just a generic. And the real reason why I hate them the most is they only have 3 bars of stamina and only use the spread shot attack and do the aftermirror strike and basically use jump spike to win matches. Now, there have been a lot of players over the years, and some of them went extinct, but there's still some players exist as to this day who do that kind of stuff. Now, like I said before, there are so many players that use 3 bars, but that's not the only 3-bar thing that can have 3 bars on. It could be a 3-bar male saying, or a 3-bar female saying, or a 3-bar earthling, or the 3-bar female earthling, 3-bar Namekians, and or a 3-bar male margin, or even a 3-bar or frost demon. For once again, even with 3 bars, it can acquire to every race if the clothing has less stamina stats. And that's why 3-bar margins are the worst players to encounter in Xenoverse 2. But like I said, that's going to be it for this video. So let me know in the comments below. Which one of these 10 players I mentioned here are the worst? Or let me know in the comments below. Oh, and see what your pick here is, and I'll probably share your opinion on. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Oh, and this video is probably it's to celebrate 9 years of me playing this game because it's been like a one. And without me playing Xenoverse 2, I would not exist in the Xenoverse 2 community or basically play any DLCs or anything. I like to thank myself for all the 9 years I have. And also, Merry Christmas, guys. And that's going to be it for this video. Oh, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, formerly known as X. As always, this is Tomas Madness signing off. See you guys later, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.